With football around the corner, time to start building up that bankroll. And we want to help by slashing the cost of all daily picks packages priced at $25 or more, including 5% best bets through the end of July. This amazing promotion runs from Tuesday, July 12th to midnight on Sunday, July 31st, and drops the pricing down to $25 daily packages for $12.50, 29 daily combo packages for $14.50, and $35 5% best bets for $17.50. But even better, this is the perfect time to take advantage of our one-day all-access pass. This package locks in the handicapper of your choice for one whole day for only $39, including when they have a 5% top play that usually sells for $35. But during our 50% slash promotion, you get a one-day all-access for only $19.50. We know this business is loaded with competitors and copycats, and we are very proud and extremely excited to be one of, if not, the premier sports betting information provider in North America. Our special discount pricing goes live on Tuesday, runs through the end of the month, does not require a coupon, and is available just by going to your favorite WagerTalk or Sports Memo Handicappers homepage right now.
Welcome, everybody, to WagerTalk Today. I'm Lawrence Presman. That man is Teddy Covers. This is the best daily sports betting show on the planet. Teddy, man, before we get into anything, real quick, Rob Veno joining us. He's speaking Cubs and Giants, Twins and Padres. Skee Profit, he's looking at the Mets game, Texas game, and maybe we'll pull a WNBA bet out from under him and Andy Lang, and Andy's got a whole bunch of prop bets. Dude, we're getting a lot of news about crazy rain in your parts of the town. What's going on?
Yeah. Did you see last night where the rain was pouring into the Circus Sportsbook? That's something, again, I've been in Vegas 25 years, never saw that before, especially in a brand new casino, but it rained hard last night. So when the summer monsoons come, sometimes you get flooding here in town, and that was certainly the case last night throughout the Strip, and certainly downtown got flooded pretty bad. The Circa, good video. Go check out my Twitter feed at Teddy_covers if you want to see some video of rain just pouring in to the Circa Sportsbook. But what did we learn last night, Prez? We got to talk about the Phillies run line bad beat last night. That might have been the bad beat of the year in MLB. You know, the Phillies led 3-0 in the top of the first before Pittsburgh had an out. It was a true wire-to-wire job. They're up 8-0 in the seventh. You got a -1.5 ticket in your pocket. You're feeling pretty good. You know, here's the manager, Rob Thompson. You're up 7-0. You don't think you're going to need your closer. They're up to 8-0. But sometimes that happens. What happens? The Pirates, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the seventh. Then in the ninth, you get the first out, a strikeout with Familia, and then a single, an infield single, a walk. Now the bases are loaded and Familia's rattled. Then a double, then a bases clearing triple. Now it's 8-6. The ground out scores the run to make it 8-7. Fly out to end the game, 8-7 final. Phillies -1.5, no good. That's a tough beat. That's a brutal beat. And Ralph Michaels' numbers certainly say so. Did you see Ralph's tweet last night? Teams with a ninth inning lead of 6 runs or more since 2004 cash on the run line, 99.8% of the time. The long-term record, 4,950 wins, 9 losses. Last night, one of the 9. Of course, it didn't have 2 outs when the bad beat came. It didn't have 2 strikes when the bad beat came. And it wasn't that nothing game into the 4th inning, the 14th inning that I talked about earlier that ended up going over 9.5. But it was still a pretty brutal beat if you had Phillies -1.5. However, you still cashed if you just bet them to win, not -1.5. Let's not forget, on yesterday's date in 2001, the Pirates had a 7-run 9th inning, and Brian Giles had a walk-off grand slam. That was worse if you were fading the Pirates that day, because they actually won the game. That's what I learned last night, Press. What about you?
Teddy, talking about that game, I'll never forget. I mean, I must have been 19 years old, give or take. Toronto Blue Jays, led by Ernie Witt and Buck Martinez, Dave Stieb, and Jimmy Key. They head over to Boston to play a late game. They go into the 9th down 10-0. They won the game. I'll never forget that game, ever in my life. I know where I was. It was so shocking. 10-0 in the 9th. They won the game. So it does happen. Anyway, before we bring Rob Veno in, guys, make sure to download the WagerTalk TV app. It's in the App Store, Android, Google, Apple. I have an Apple, and I forgot Apple. WagerTalk TV, you can stream all our live shows, all our recorded shows, all the shows we've put up in the library. It's all there for you. WagerTalk TV, download it, and please rate it. That would be really helpful. So make sure to check that out as well next week. We're, I think, live streaming on Hulu. Is that right, Teddy? You know what's going on?
Roku is next week.
Yeah.
This is kind of exciting. I mean, it really is. We have an app now that people can take our content wherever they want and download it, whenever they want to consume it. We're on on, instead of some of the streaming sites, we're on all the streaming sites this fall. You'll be able to download anything and consume it anytime, anywhere. And considering we're putting out some pretty good content, in my opinion, namely the best daily sports betting show on the planet, as you like to call it, Prez. Great opportunity for you out there.
It's been voted it was literally voted the best daily sports betting show on the planet.
Sweet. It is.
Rob Veno had one of those votes. Rob Veno had one of those votes. Rob, I appreciate you saying that, agreeing. How are you, dude? We're going to see you in Vegas. I have never met Rob Veno face to face.
And I, too, audience, have never met Lawrence Presman face to face. So it'll be quite the meeting, inaugural one. Get to see a lot of people, Prez. I'm glad to be coming out there. I have a lot of old friends from when I lived out there for 12 years in Las Vegas that I'll get to see as well. I'm going to come in a couple days early, stick around a couple days late with my wife, and we'll have a good time. I'm sure the 19th to the 21st should be a blast with the Wager Talk crew. I look forward to it.
Yes, sir. Eduardo, Excal, Raven, Jessica, Javier, Words. You guys coming? I hope you guys are coming. Rob, let's get straight into it, man. You want to talk Cubs versus Giants? Where are we going in this game?
Well, I'm going to talk first 5-inning play here. Money line with the Cubs plus $1.20 behind Marcus Stroman. A guy who, Prez, I think he currently is maybe a little undervalued in betting markets. Marcus Stroman has been far better than I remember him being the last 2-3 years. But let's go through what he's done since May the 1st. He's made 8 starts since May the 1st. 7 of those have been pretty strong, and 1 has been a total disaster. The one disaster ended up with him being on the IL right afterwards with shoulder inflammation. So we kind of tossed that one out. But the other 7 starts, 38 and a third inning pitched, 22 hits, 35 Ks, only 10 walks, only allowed 1 home run in 38 and a third, and he gets to pitch in a pitcher's paradise here tonight. Overall ERA, 1.41 with a 0.83 whip in those 7 outings, other than the one disastrous one since May 1st. Really, really good. All right, his 5-inning results. Let's talk about those because we're making a 5-inning play here. He's had 5 road starts since May the 1st. The opponent has been shut out 4 of those 5 times. The only team to score a run off him was Cincinnati. They scored twice. The other 4 teams, at Milwaukee, at the White Sox, at the Dodgers, at the Phillies. Not 4 places where you would expect 5 shutout innings. But when Stroman has started, that's what the Cubs have turned in. Pretty solid numbers there. The San Francisco Giants, offensively, last 10 games in the first 5 innings, they're only averaging 2 runs per start. So their offense early on has not been good. Alex Cobb, the starter for the Giants, has not been ahead after 5 innings in any of his last 9 starts. 5 times he's been behind, 4 times he's been tied. The reason why I don't go full game with the Cubs, I'm a little bit, at this time of year, Prez, you get concerned with these teams that are going to be sellers. And what the Cubs are selling is the back end of their bullpen. David Robertson, the closer, Michael Givens, setup guy, probably their best strikeout guy late innings. And you just don't want to get caught in a situation where before your game starts, one of these guys gets dealt. So I'll avoid full game. I'll play first 5 because the numbers dictate that for Stroman, and against that with Cobb and the Giant offense. So give me Cubs plus $1.20 first 5 innings.
So, the Giants came home after their first 0-7 road trip since, what was it, like 1985 or something. And they found a way to win yesterday's game. And prior to the game, there were the quotes from the GM, Farhan Zaidi, who said, we're not going to be sellers. I know we've been slumping lately, but we're not going to break up this team. And you saw some of the post-game quotes from the Giants, Austin Slater. I do think it gives some guys a sigh of relief. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to worry about off the field. That's a great vote of confidence. And then following the comments by the GM, all of a sudden San Fran got a couple of breaks last night, probably played their best game in 2 weeks. Do you think there may be some value on the Giants right now, given the struggles they've had and given the fact that, the GM's just announced we're keeping the team together, we're not selling everything off? Is that potentially a red flag for today's play on Chicago? Because one thing the Cubs don't do very well, that's not a great offensive ball club.
No, they're not. And they came to Philadelphia and they played pretty well. David Ross keeping those guys motivated. And again, they are a team that's going to sell. They're going to sell back end parts. But I don't know, Teddy. I mean, all that stuff you mentioned is true. I mean, we look for that at trade deadline. We look for organizations that are backing what's the current personnel in their dugout. But to me, the Giants were a mirage last year, and it's all come to fruition this year, what they really are. They're basically a 500 team. Last night, they got behind a really hot starter, Alex Wood, who threw tremendous, what do you have, like a no-hitter for 7 innings or something. And tonight, it's just not the case with Alex Cobb. And they're facing, a guy that is red hot, at least first 5 inning-wise. I see these teams at this point in time, and again, we like to divide the season into certain segments. At this current time, I see these teams as kind of equal. And maybe the Giants priced a little too heavy here. So I'm not going to see a red flag in this game. But I do agree with you that when general managers say that stuff, let's hope he sticks to it, right? Let's hope that a couple of Giants aren't dealt within the next 3 days, because GMs have been known to do that as well.
Yeah, I don't know why you would hope that. Who gives a crap? We're not fans, Rob Veno. We're bettors. Except, of course, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's for sure. Guys keep asking about a weekend show. We have a weekend shows organized for this fall, right, Joe? Right? Yes, but not for this weekend. So stay with us, everybody. We're going to be doing this. At some point, we will be 24/7. Right, Joe? No. Rob Veno, next, can you imagine 24/7? I think Joe would kill us. Twins versus Padres. Minus 125 for San Diego. What are we doing in this one?
First of all, we're going to find a better plus number than 105. Anywhere from 105 to 113 exists depending upon where you shop. If you're shopping in those places that take 20 cents out of a 20-cent line, out of a minus 120, you're in a bad spot. But you can find the Twins anywhere between plus 105, plus 113, full game. That's where we're going to look. Joe Ryan, starter for the Twins, on an absolute roll this month. 4 starts, 2.05 ERA. Opponents only hitting 169 against him. Twins are 3-1 in those starts. Blake Snell, for the most part, he's been solid lately, too. I mean, comparative to what he had done earlier in the season, he's been solid. His numbers look good on the surface, but when you pick him apart, his 4 starts this month, which have gotten better. I mean, he's had 3 really good starts out of the 4. But 4 games, guys, it's taken him 399 pitches to get through 19 2/3 innings. Think about it for a second. 399 pitches to get through 19 2/3 innings. That's 20.3 per inning. His whip is still 1.47, putting on almost 1.5 base runners per inning. He's gotten out of trouble in a couple instances this month with big strikeout performances, but he's still walking guys like crazy. 14 walks in those 19 2/3. As I mentioned, his asset is the strikeout. He's only struck out 5 his last 2 starts, but I think he had a 12 and an 11 mixed in this month. He's a strikeout pitcher, but the Twins don't strike out against left-handed pitching. They have the 6th best strikeout percentage against left-handed pitching in the major leagues, only 19.3% of the time. So that might take away a little bit of what, Snell depends upon here. I want to play full game because I want to play against the back end of the Padres bullpen at this point in time. Taylor Rogers has been absolutely miserable as their closer. 8.14 ERA in his last 22 appearances, 6 blown saves, last 17 tries, and you probably won't even see him tonight because he's thrown back-to-back days. 47 pitches. I would doubt he's even available. Puts the onus on somebody else to be the closer. That guy will not be Luis Garcia, one of their depended-upon late-inning arms. He has thrown back-to-back days, 27 pitches. So you don't have 2 guys in a bullpen that's relatively short to begin with. Meanwhile, the Twins bullpen had the entire day off, and their duo of Moran and Duran, those 2 guys together, 8th and 9th, have been very, very good. Obviously, Duran with that 100-mile-an-hour fastball consistently. So I like the Twins at the end of the game here. The San Diego offense against right-handed pitching has been bad, 23rd in the major leagues in OPS. It's been worse at home. And without Fernando Tatis to provide any pop in this lineup, the power numbers are way down. In Petco, they're the 29th ranked OPS. They only have a 339 slugging percentage. It's basically Manny Machado and nobody else helping out long ball wise. So I think Joe Ryan can, even if the first 5 become a wash, I think the Twins own the back 4. But I do think Joe Ryan has a pretty decent edge over Snell early on, especially with his offense. So give me Twins full game. Get the best price, guys. I think you can get as high as 113, but don't settle for the 105. Try and find something a little better.
So here's my question for you, Rob. The Padres are now, 10-17 in their last 27 ball games. All right. They've played consistently bad baseball, and at times they've looked really lifeless out there. Is this a team we want to be auto-fading right here? Certainly the markets. I mean, I'll put it this way. The price for this game surprised me at the opener. We've seen a little bit of Padres money, but it looks to me like the markets are pretty thoroughly devaluing this team. Padres a straight fade right here?
Yeah, probably rightfully so, Teddy, because of all the issues that they've had. And I mentioned the bullpen has been a pretty serious one lately. Blake Snell, until recently, has been one of those problems and could turn into one again tonight. He's getting away with like I say, a 147 whip this month. The offense hasn't been there. I think what you wait for is the return of Tatis. Maybe we have 6 days left to play against the Padres, and we'll see what happens when Fernando Tatis re-enters the lineup. I think that scheduled date is August 5th. Whether or not he can step back in and make an immediate difference is yet to be seen, and we'll see how the odds makers react to that, right? Maybe the odds makers start jacking up San Diego just on the presence of Tatis, which maybe wouldn't be worthy. So there's a lot to look forward to where Padres are concerned. But right now, with Joe Ryan on the hill, I would look to play Minnesota here tonight. Just think they're the better team all around.
Rob Veno, everyone. Rob, outstanding work like always. What do you got for our clients?
Major League Baseball up and available right now. Tonight's top play up at WagerTalk.com. Again, college football over/under win totals, Prez. You know me. I had a little technical difficulty getting these up, but they will get up today. I've got 3 right now. I think I'm going to have 5 overall, plus 1 NFL. So you'll get some season over/under win totals as well at WagerTalk.com.
Awesome stuff, Rob Veno, everyone. Okay, Teddy, I got to talk a little bit about my NFL because I'm changing everything this year. So I do want to let everybody know. Okay, guys, a lot of you people play my NFL, and rightfully so. My NFL has been outstanding. Over the last 20 years, I've had 3 losing seasons. 2 of them were break even. 1 was horrific, but that was 1 really bad season out of 20. Last year, I hit 58% on every single game. Listen to the daily presidential, not the daily, the NFL presidential address. I gave out sides and totals on almost every game. I was 58%. through hundreds and hundreds of games. For my clients, I made $2,500 for $100 bettors. My NFL is unbelievable. And this is how this year is going to work for me. I am going to be releasing plays to my clients, 3 to 5 plays every week, but I will also include bets on every single game. I will include prop bets on every game. I will include sides and totals on every single game. They will come with information. I will include teaser bets every week. I will include money line bets. I will include dogs that have a chance to win. I will include survivor picks. I will cover the entire NFL card, start to finish, every single week. And I am working with the great Joe Ranieri on organizing a private Zoom chat with all my subscription holders. If you buy my NFL season, we will chat every week together on Zoom about all the games you want to talk about. So that is my concept for this coming season. I have an NFL package up for everybody. You guys can get $100 off of it. You have to do it before Sunday. Use the promo code PREZ100. So remember, for this NFL season, I will be basically doing every game across the board, top to bottom, teasers. If I'm going to make a crazy parlay, you'll know about it. I'm going to survivor picks. I'll answer your fantasy questions. We'll have a Zoom call every week. That's the concept for this coming football season. Grab my NFL package. You will not regret it. Use the promo code PREZ100. Teddy, we're going to take a quick break, bro. We'll be right back with your big game breakdown, Skee and Andy Lang.
With football around the corner, time to start building up that bankroll. And we want to help by slashing the cost of all daily picks packages priced at $25 or more, including 5% best bets through the end of July. This amazing promotion runs from Tuesday, July 12th to midnight on Sunday, July 31st, and drops the pricing down to $25 daily packages for $12.50, $29 daily combo packages for $14.50, and $35 5% best bets for $17.50. But even better, this is the perfect time to take advantage of our one-day all-access pass. This package locks in the handicapper of your choice for one whole day for only $39, including when they have a 5% top play that usually sells for $35. But during our 50% slash promotion, you get a one-day all-access for only $19.50. We know this business is loaded with competitors and copycats, and we are very proud and extremely excited to be one of, if not, the premier sports betting information provider in North America. Our special discount pricing goes live on Tuesday, runs through the end of the month, does not require a coupon, and is available just by going to your favorite WagerTalk or Sports Memo Handicappers homepage right now.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. I'm going to talk about the only game in MLB that actually made a bet on today. This is a client selection that you're getting right here on WagerTalk Today, the only client selection that I have on Friday. We're going to look at the Baltimore Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds. Right now, you can find Baltimore anywhere from minus 125 to minus 130. The total sitting at 9.5. Many books still haven't posted a number for this game because the Orioles starter is undecided, which doesn't matter. It's a bullpen game for Baltimore today. No going in that is a bullpen game for Baltimore today. And they're still road favorites. Why? Because they're way the better of these two teams. Look, what's the upside for the Orioles right now? This team started 8-16. They were 24-35, a low point in June. It's been a losing organization for the better part of the last 2 decades. There's no long-term residual or there's plenty of long-term residual anti-Orioles money out there or opinion out there. What we're seeing right now from Baltimore is the opportunity to cash with the same team over and over again. 26-14, their last 40 ball games. All right. Yes, Trey Mancini hit an emotional send-off yesterday. Maybe a flat spot. I don't care. All right. The Rays stink right now. The Red Sox stink right now. There's still money to be made backing the most profitable team in baseball. And Cincy is off another blown save loser yesterday. A heartbreaker versus the Marlins. They're trading off veterans again, just like they did before they started the season when they started so awfully. Tyler Naquin hit up a home run yesterday, and then he got traded to the Mets after the game. And, of course, Reds bullpen blows another lead, losing to Miami. Yeah, this isn't a team that I'm excited about backing. And you look at the quote from manager David Bell. This one really stood out to me. After the loss last night, where he left the starter, Graham Ashcraft, in for the 7th inning when he probably should have been pulled. Well, it's part of the learning process. Most of the time, I'll take it out of their hands because they want to stay out there. It's a tough call, but I need to learn what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't disagree. He's trying to get the young guys some experience since he's not going anywhere. Baltimore is, bullpen game. Brandon Hyde, here's what he said. We have a really good bullpen. It's fun. Cheap price with the Orioles right here. My number came out significantly higher. I like Baltimore. I've advised my clients to make the same bet. There's your big game breakdown. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
Thank you, Teddy Covers. Teddy, let's bring Skee Profit in. Hakeem, how are you, man? I'm excited to see you in Vegas in a few weeks. What's going on?
Yeah, it'll be really fun. I'm doing well. Yesterday, I think WNBA had a pretty solid day. And Teddy, your big game breakdown. I don't think I heard you mention how terrible Mike Minor is. So that's another plus for Baltimore.
I didn't need to.
Maybe I'll get involved there with you. But I'm doing well. Good to be back with you guys.
Well, speaking of Baltimore, I mean, what a race this AL is shaping up to be. There are so many teams in the thick of things, and that's what baseball wants. And I think ultimately that's why we have the wild card. We have the new wild card change. It's just going to be an exciting couple of months. Skee, Mets are playing the Marlins today, 6:40 Eastern time. Alcantara on the mound against Bassett. 6.5 is the total. Where are you going in this one, man?
Yeah, I almost feel like a broken record. I know Teddy hasn't had to listen to it because he hasn't been here. But McKinnis, he asked me last time if I just target some of these guys day in and day out. And I absolutely do. The guy that I targeted in this game, you mentioned him, Sandy Alcantara. I'm not sure how you say his last name, but I call him Sandy.
I don't know either.
He keeps putting money in my pocket. I'll call him Sandy. His last 3 starts, 21 innings pitched, 1.71 ERA. Looking at the Mets post All-Star, they are 20th weighted runs created plus versus righties. Sandy, you just got to figure out how you're going to bet him with his 1.66 ERA at home, 0.9 whip. It's either going to be you bet him on the first 5 or you bet him on the team totals. And for this one, you can get the first 5 plus a half a run. And it is a little juice. It's minus 150. But this thing is cashed 13 of the last 14 games he started, if you're looking at a plus a half run. So that's the way I'm looking to bet it today. I think he can I don't think the Mets score. I'm also looking towards the Mets first 5 team total under 1.5. That's cash 12 of Sandy's last 14 starts. So I'm really just backing him. I don't think the Mets really even score in the first 5 innings, but definitely don't score 2 runs. He faced them July 10th, June 24th, June 19th, and back in September, the first 5 team total stayed under 1.5, 3 of those 4 games. And I think it was like 31 innings pitched. He gave up about 7 or 8 runs. So he's had success versus his team. The only time he didn't was the one time he faced them in like within a week span. So I like Marlins first 5 plus a half a run. And I like Mets first 5 team total under 1.5.
So let me ask you this, because when we're talking about, this Miami team, they don't hit the baseball particularly well either. I've got them at 2 runs or less 6 times in their last 10 ball games. They had some success yesterday in Cincinnati, which is obviously a very hitter-friendly ballpark at times. But even in that series, prior to yesterday, they scored 3 2-2 runs. Would you look maybe at a first 5 under for the game? Would you look maybe at a full game under in this one as well? Do you think Miami, I know that we don't think the Mets are going to score a lot. Do you think Miami's going to score this evening?
In general, like I told you, I always target Sandy, and I'm always scared of backing Miami's bats. So I could totally understand doing a full game under or first 5 under. Bassett has been good too. His last 3 starts, 19 innings pitched, about a 2.33 ERA. So I trust both of these guys. I do not trust the Marlins bats. My first 5 bet is really just thinking it's going to be tied after 5, and I'm getting a plus half run. So I'm with you, Teddy.
Awesome stuff. A Skee Profit. Skee, before we get into the next few games, what do you got to promote for the clients?
Well, I have a top play today in WNBA, 5% play.
Nice.
It's backed by 8-0 angle all the way back to 2013, and it's a league-wide angle. So looking to cash it with my clients today.
Excellent stuff. Texas Rangers. They're playing the LA Angels. Sandoval versus Perez. Where are you going in this one, my friend?
Yeah, this is a game I don't need a lot of time for. It's just like I said, I target certain guys, and it's just Martin Perez. Every time he goes to the mound, he's won 14 of his last 17 starts. 13 of those 14 runs have been by the run line, and you're usually getting plus money to take it. I think the last time I came on the show, I gave it at plus money. Today, the -1.5 line is plus 170. And you look at the Angels, out of their 57 losses, they've only covered 15.8% of them, 9 covers. So when they lose pretty big. And Martin Perez gets a lot of run support, and he shuts guys down. So I'm backing the Rangers on the run line, -1.5, plus 170.
Well, I know you have a 5% play going this evening, but you also have an opinion on the Liberty and the Sky in WNBA action. Tonight, you're talking about the Sky in the first half as big favorites. Right now, looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen, I'm seeing Chicago -10 for the full game, total 166. Talk about why we should like the Sky in the first half of this one.
And honestly, Teddy, I picked this game just because I know you're back on the show, and it was some quotes that I kind of liked, so I just wanted to share it. Nothing too crazy, but it's why I like them early in this game. You hear the Coach Wade saying about the game they lost in the Commissioner's Cup, that championship game. We can't give a team 33 points in the first quarter. We can't start from behind. We weren't disciplined early. He says we have to be tough. And you hear the other players talk. Candace Parker, she says, in response to asking about how they won every other quarter except for the first quarter, she says, yeah, we have to focus on not getting into adversity. So I put that together with just how both of these teams have been performing all year, really. But if you want to look at the last 5 games, the Sky are the number 1 first half team as far as net rating and margin, and the Liberty are number 9. So I think, Sky jump out early. They're still the best team in the league as far as record-wise. They're off of 2 straight losses. And these teams played less than a week ago. The Liberty, they did get the W, but the Sky were in a really bad position. They were playing a back-to-back. They had travel issues. So I think it's a spot for them to come out and get a little bit of revenge. And in basketball, Teddy, when you have more than 4 days rest, I start to think of that as rust. So Liberty haven't played since that game. Sky played a couple games, and they're pissed off. I think they come out early, firing.
Yeah, that's a nice angle too, Skee, about the 4 days rest. Do you feel that way in both NBA and WNBA?
Absolutely. Just basketball in general. Too much time off. Any more than 4 days is too much.
Yeah, there you go. Skee Profit, everyone, brother. Thanks for joining us. Grab his 5% play. It goes tonight. Andy Lang joining us. And Andy, before we start, take a sip of that water for us on air.
What?
Yeah. It just looks so... Look at the size. I mean...
It's bigger than his head.
Am I wrong, Daddy? I mean, that is... Wow. How big is that thing?
That's a gallon.
You know what? It's why you've lost so much weight. Part of the reasons. So, and water is such an incredible thing to drink all day long. But man, does it ever look funny on air? You got to go back and see. It's like this massive bottle with this little head.
It reminds me to drink it. Like if I'm just drinking out of a glass, I kind of forget about it. But then when you have this big thing that's just sitting there, you look over and you're like, oh yeah, I should drink some more water. So.
Yeah, and my daughter has the exact same one. Does it say like 9 a.m., 10 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention.
Okay,
to
well
those.
keep
No
it
bottle
up. A
tells me
gallon
what
of
to
water
do.
a day.
Okay.
Andy, this coming football season, the NFL weekly presidential address will be back. Joe and I will work out the times. I'm hoping you'll be joining me again as my special prop master.
Absolutely. Can't wait. We had so much fun last year. A lot of winners. So it was great. Can't wait. Love the plan that you got moving forward with it. That's a great idea with the Zoom. The Zoom call interaction is so important in our industry. Sometimes I wonder how I can do a better job of, actually interacting with people. So I think that Zoom meetup is a fantastic idea.
Well, thank you, Andy. And there's a reason Wager Talk has become not the industry leader, literally the industry in what we do. And it's because of all of us, man. All of these new ideas, all of these creative ideas constantly moving forward. So I appreciate the kind words. Let's get into it, dude. We got some UFC coming up. You want to talk about Zoom. Morales versus Fuget? Discord. It won't be on Zoom. It'll be on Discord. Teddy, it's like 5 weeks away, man. Bugger off. Bugger off.
All right. So it's not the Zoom. The Zoom would be a horrible idea. Discord's way better.
Yeah, Teddy.
Did I save that? All right.
Oh, the laughter in our ears. Just beautiful. Breathe,
all
Andy.
Right, I'm ready.
Fuget.
Yep. We got Michael Morales versus Adam Fuget. And man, what a missed opportunity. I'm bummed his name is pronounced Fuget, because how great would it be to have a professional fighter whose last name was Fugget? Fug it with the left and fug it with the right and fug it with the victory. Anyway, on this one,
Andy, did you ever see the movie Hot Dog?
No, what is Hot Dog? I've never seen that.
Shannon Tweed's masterpiece, and you reminded me. There's a line in that movie where the German instructor goes, "I had sunny side up, I had sunny side down, I had sunny side all the way around." Neither of you know that?
I know Shannon Tweed. I just don't know the hot dog thing.
Anyway, on how long ago this movie came out. I'm going to take over 30 years.
Yep, you win.
You win.
Yeah. And you remember the quote. You're like, you guys don't remember that quote from the movie 30 that came out 30-something years ago?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we talk UFC?
They ended it with the Chinese downhill. I can quote the whole movie. Andy, I'm going to shut up.
Sure
Fuget.
Yeah. So Morales, Fuget. We have another one of these sacrificial lambs in Fuget, who's replacing a fighter. This is short notice. I love betting against these guys because they're basically asked to fill in against a professional UFC fighter. They're getting a nice payday, and they probably promised another UFC fight, but this one is not going to go the distance. We're going to play under 1.5 rounds. 9 out of Morales' last 10 fights have been early finishes, including his UFC debut where he knocked out Trevin Giles in the first round. He has legit power, and he's only 23, so he's just getting stronger with each fight. He's a powerhouse. He's fighting Adam Fuget. Adam Fuget's last 7 fights have ended in knockouts or submissions, and he has 1 fight since 2019. Fuget's only path to victory is to just try and knock out Morales before Morales eventually knocks him out. So expect these guys to come out swinging. Morales probably is going to finish it in the first round. I would be stunned if this gets out of the first round, so I'm just going to take the under 1.5 rounds at a very fair price. But make no mistake, Morales is going to end this one pretty early.
So we talked MLB on today's show. We talked some WNBA. We've talked some UFC. We got to talk some NASCAR with Andy Lang at Bump Sports on Twitter. Talk to me about AJ Allmendinger. Why do you like him to finish in the top 10 this week?
Got to give out a NASCAR play because they're racing at my home track, the Indianapolis 500 road course. It's about 7 miles away from my house. Yeah, AJ Allmendinger is a road course specialist. He doesn't race every NASCAR race of the season, but he definitely races all of the road courses. The last road course they had, he finished ninth. Listen, he's the defending champ of this race. The race last year was insane. Part of the track actually came up. Some of the corners, some of the ramps that they had actually broke off, and it took out a lot of people. But AJ Allmendinger weathered the storm. He won this race. And if he gets a win on this road course, he advances to the NASCAR playoffs. He is fantastic on road courses. If he just avoids trouble, he's going to be in the top 10 all day. Nothing would make him more excited than to defend his title at Indianapolis. He was so excited to win this race last year. Got him into the playoffs. It was the very first NASCAR race on this Indy 500 course. He's been running good. He's running confident, and I like him to finish inside the top 10. Maybe even the top 5 as he goes to defend his title. So, yeah, give me AJ Allmendinger, top 10.
Awesome stuff, Andy. Listen, I know nothing about NASCAR, Indy. I do follow Formula One. There was a guy, I think he won the Toronto Indy recently. He's got like 1 million wins under his belt. I think he's right behind, I think he just passed Mario Andretti. I can't remember. And then I went and checked his salary. I think he makes about $12 million a year. I don't know his name, but why isn't he in Formula One? How do, like, are the Formula One drivers the best?
Oh God, no, no. The Formula One drivers have rich dads that sponsor the team. This has become the oil oligarch league. If you have a dad that runs a successful oil business, you got to ride. So, like the days of the best drivers, like Sebastian Vettel just announced he's retiring. Fernando Alonso is having a resurgence here. He's not going to be around too much longer. But yeah, the days of these drivers that come up through the circuit, put in the time, and eventually get a formula ride, those days are over. These are kids that are 19, 20, 21 years old that have extremely rich dads. Therefore, they get to race Formula One.
Okay. Seems reasonable to me. So what you're saying is my daughters will not be racing in the Formula One?
Most likely not. Sorry.
Andy, Alan Lazard. Listen, Aaron Rodgers came out yesterday and spoke about him. You got a prop bet on him for us. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm going to drink the Kool-Aid and just accept that Alan Lazard is going to be the clear number one. I liked Alan Lazard. I thought he kind of flew under the radar a little bit. He was talented. I love his story about how he got his starting job for the Packers. And right now he's the number one. And they have his receptions at 56.5. Obviously no Devontae Adams, no MVS. And here's the thing. Even with those guys last year, Lazard had 40 catches. So he only needs 17 more catches than he had last year to pass this 56.5. You just got to believe in Aaron Rodgers feeding him the ball. He only needs to average 3.3 catches a game if he plays all the games. I like his size. I actually like his skill set. He's not short on confidence, that's for sure. So the spotlight's not going to be too big for him. So I think he's going to be one of these guys. And if you play fantasy football, he's going to start creeping up boards as people buy into him more and more. Got a vote of confidence from Aaron Rodgers. I think this number is a little bit too low. And honestly, if he really is a true number one and he does have talent, he could sail over this number. They got Christian Watson, a rookie who's out with an injury. Sammy Watkins, not a lot of really, really big competition for him. So I'll buy Lazard as the number one and take him over 56.5 receptions.
Yeah, if Alan Lazard stays healthy and remains the Packers number one, my biggest concern is whether him against the opposing best cornerback is definitely a concern for me. But it makes a whole lot of sense, that wager. Andy, talk about what you have to promote. What do you have going on this weekend? What do you have going on tonight? What can your clients expect if they're going to get one of your packages right now?
Well, UFC continues to be a cash cow. We're on a nice 8-0 run. We've cashed 5% plays, and we have a 5% play that is up right now. We're really picking our spots, and it's really come to fruition here. So really proud about that. We have a 5% NFL Week 1 play that is up, and that also comes with all of our team and player futures. We have a 5% MLB play that is up. So running pretty good, pretty happy about auto racing as well. We finally had a down week in auto racing last week, but what a great week to come back and bounce back. We got Formula One and NASCAR as well. So a lot of things going on, and it's still July, so you can still get like a day pass for $19.50. So really good deal. You'll get those plays included as August comes up quick. So take advantage of the price break that you're getting in the month of July.
Awesome stuff, Andy Lang, everyone. Guys, remember to download the WagerTalk TV app. It's in the Android store, the Google, the iPhone, all of the I's and the E's. We're going to be on a 4-letter word next week. What was it, Teddy? Tubu, Hubu, Shmubu? Roku. Yes. So make sure to do that. Andy, man, great work. Outstanding stuff. Teddy, I am skipping Monday and Tuesday's show. I'm going to the cottage. My vacation days are coming to an end, dude. NFL football right around the corner. College football in about 5 weeks. My brother, enjoy with Steve Merrill and take us home.
Oh, I'll enjoy it with Steve Merrill. And of course, Wager Talk Today is coming on weekends. Just not yet. We'll get there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this week on The Big Show. We'll do it again next week, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. here on the left coast. Between now and Monday's show, you know what to do. Enjoy the games and good luck.
With football around the corner, time to start building up that bankroll. And we want to help by slashing the cost of all daily picks packages priced at $25 or more, including 5% best bets through the end of July. This amazing promotion runs from Tuesday, July 12th to midnight on Sunday, July 31st, and drops the pricing down to $25 daily packages for $12.50, $29 daily combo packages for $14.50, and $35 5% best bets for $17.50. But even better, this is the perfect time to take advantage of our one-day all-access pass. This package locks in the handicapper of your choice for one whole day for only $39, including when they have a 5% top play that usually sells for $35. But during our 50% slash promotion, you get a one-day all-access for only $19.50. We know this business is loaded with competitors and copycats, and we are very proud and extremely excited to be one of, if not, the premier sports betting information provider in North America. Our special discount pricing goes live on Tuesday, runs through the end of the month, does not require a coupon, and is available just by going to your favorite WagerTalk or Sports Memo Handicappers homepage right now.